Hi, my name is Eva Short and I'm a student at the University of New Mexico, and today I'm going to show you how to put an oboe together. So the oboe consists of three main parts. The top joint, which looks like this, the bottom joint, which looks like this, and the bell, which looks like this. And you'll notice on the bell and the bottom joint that there is a little key, this one, that sticks out further than where the joint itself ends. And these are the keys that you want to make sure are lined up to make sure that the oboe will play correctly. So, the first thing you want to do is connect the bell to the bottom joint. And to do so, you want to press as few keys as you can to avoid unwanted damage. So, I tend to put my hand here in between this set of keys and this set of keys as to make sure that I'm not accidentally pressing any of the keys on the side with the palm of my hand. And there is one key that you need to press when putting the bottom joint and the bell together, and that is the larger of the two keys on the bell. So, pressing this key will lift this up slightly so that you can make sure that these two keys align without hitting each other. So, with your hand here on the bottom joint and your other hand with the thumb on the big key, you want to gently put the bell on the instrument, moving in back and forth motions until there is no space here. And once you make sure that that is right, you want to make sure that this key, which is the one that sticks over the edge of the bell, and this key on the bottom joint are lined up. So this key should be on top of this key. Okay, and the next thing you want to do is put the top joint of the instrument on. And you will notice that the top joint and the bottom joint have more keys than the bell. So, with these two, you want to be very careful that you're not hitting any extra keys. And the keys that have the biggest possibility of hitting are this A flat key and this key in the middle of the bottom joint. So, to make sure that that doesn't happen, you want to move when you twist the top joint of the oboe onto the bottom joint. You want to make sure you are moving in slight motions. And then also, to make sure that this key that hangs over the edge doesn't hit the bottom joint, you want to press the top D trill key, which is this one right here. So, on the bottom joint, you want to make sure that you move your hand now down here, because if you press any of these keys, one of this key or this key will lift up, and that might cause it to hit the other key on the top joint of the oboe, which we don't want. So, with your hand down here, and your other hand with your finger on the D trill key, you want to gently, in slight motion, push the top joint onto the bottom joint. And the most important thing here, there is a key that aligns on the bottom joint and the top joint on either side. So the most important thing is that the one here on the left is lined up. You should be able to run your finger across it without feeling the break in the keys. So, now you have the instrument put together, and the last step is just to put the reed on. So, an oboe reed looks like this, with a thin edge and a flat edge. And you want the flat edge to face outside along the keys. So when you put the reed in, you want to make sure that the flat end here aligns with the keys. And the way to do that is by looking down your instrument and making sure that the keys and the reed are aligned. And there you go. Now your oboe is put together. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.